week around here, and you know what that means? Gelman in spandex. Our next guest has coached some of the most accomplished athletes and has more than 17 million followers across all social media platforms. Here to help us improve our mobility and flexibility without showing our crotches on live TV is physical therapist and strength coach, Jeff Cavaliere. Welcome back.
All right, let's jump in. What's our first exercise?
So let's all come down to the ground. So when it comes to mobility and flexibility in the lower body, the epicenter of everything is our pelvis. And if you're not aware of what it's doing when you're stretching, at best, you're not going to stretch right, and at worst, you're going to get hurt, especially in my field. So put your leg out, do the regular hamstring stretch that you've probably seen, the hurdler stretch, right? Well, that's all wrong, right? Because what we're doing is we're not watching what we're doing with our pelvis. You have to be, if you want to stretch your hamstrings, you got to be really up tall, so you have to get into an anterior pelvic tilt. Now, if you go to reach out again, you're probably going to get halfway.
Yep.
But you're stretching the hamstring. So you're doing what you're really trying to do.
I see.
Well, when it comes to the upper body, a lot of us don't even focus on
You are so irritating.
our thoracic spine. That is the hub of the upper body mobility for your shoulders and basically your whole torso. So you need to be aware of what it's doing. You need to maintain good extension. There's a real routine that we could do to sort of show this off too. If you were to just get into a slumped posture like this.
As always.
As always, right? What we do, now try to raise your arm up. Okay, that's as far as it's gonna go. Now, just try to rotate to one direction across your body. Okay, now, just sit up as tall as you possibly can. Now raise your arm up. Now rotate across. The range of motion in this area is cumulative. You only get one total amount. So if you use it up in this direction here, you lose it in other ways. So you have to make sure you stay as tall and get as much extension as possible. So we could do a few things to work on that.
Okay.
The first thing is down 4 little drills that kind of move as one smooth flow. We call this angels and devils. Okay, so you're on your belly, arms out in front, and you're just gonna lift up the legs, so engage the glutes. Circle all the way back. Okay, so you're getting that extension through the upper back. Interlock the fingers, and then try to lift a little bit more. Okay?
Ooh, yeah.
And then come down and let them rotate right back up to the top. You're also getting good flexibility and mobility through your shoulders. Okay? The next thing we could do is get up into sort of that modified child's pose. So you get your arms out in front of you. It's an extended child's pose for
Gelman
yoga.
loves this pose.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Now, instead of just sort of sinking down, which gives us that thoracic extension, take one hand and reach it through to the opposite heel. Just try to grab that opposite heel.
Oh, my God.
It's gonna rotate your body. Let the shoulder drop down as you go. So let it rotate you.
Oh, that's...
Like
Because remember,
that?
if you're losing that mobility through the thoracic spine because you're slumped, you're not gonna be able to rotate and you're not gonna be able to extend. So then you go to the other side as well.
Do you hear that breathing?
He is breathing all over me.
This is great.
Okay, cool. Now we do 2 others on our back. So if you get onto the back, now I know you were worried about that obligatory crotch shot, but here it comes, okay? You gotta face your fears, okay?
Face your fears.
Feet together,
Okay.
hips out. Now obviously it's an adductor stretch, but it's also, most importantly, rotation and mobility through the hips, okay? What you do is your hands are down on the side, you're just gonna lift up. We call it a glute frog press.
Oh my God.
Lift up.
All crotch.
Okay?
Turn around, Kelly.
Now, each time you lift, try to pull your ankles in a little further. You'll see that they'll keep moving. Each rep, they'll probably keep creeping in another rep.
Jeff, this is very liberating.
Jeff, what if your partner is harassing you right in front of everyone?
Just following directions,
Creep
Kelly.
those feet
This is
back.
gonna be on taxis all over the city for nine months.
All right, now, there's one that I like to sort of combine everything. So it's lower body, upper body. Call it a bridge and reach over. So not only do you want that rotation through the thoracic spine, but you do want to strengthen your glutes because we all tend to have weak glutes, no matter how much we work them. Squatting alone doesn't do enough. So what you do is you get into a bridge position here like that, really trying to extend as high as you can. And at the same time, take one arm and reach it up and over to the opposite shoulder as far as you can.
Oh, I feel that.
Right, so now you're getting that
Right
extension
glute.
rotation
Yep.
and the glutes
Yeah.
working together.
Yep.
Come down, go back, opposite side, reach and go across.
Wow, that's really engaged.
Yeah, and lift up, there you go. Extend through the hips so you get the hip flexors too. And again, if you're aware of at least the focal points of the pelvis and the thoracic spine, you're gonna do a lot more for making sure the stretches are happening where they're supposed to be happening.
That actually feels really good, too.
They're good. And
Yeah.
again, this is a quick, you can literally do these 4 moves in one flow and be done in 3 minutes.
Thank you,
4
Jeff.
minutes.
I appreciate it. You can follow Jeff on Instagram at AthleteX. For these tips and more, visit our website. We'll be right back.